This is week 36 of our 2019 adventure, and Friday this week is Fight Procrastination Day. So today I'm going to share what I have found to be the best tips on how to dissolve procrastination. Hello and welcome to Harmony Enterprises. I'm your host, Carrie Fox, and this show is all about looking at what's holding you back from accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. Because nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. So I've come to a point where I treat procrastination like a four-letter word. Procrastination is one of the most common and deadliest of diseases, and its toll on success and happiness is heavy. So we embrace and encourage living in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being, which means that when you are able to look at your goals and the things that you want to get done from that point of view, you're also able to see where you have let procrastination get in the way of you living in harmony. So today, stop making excuses for why you can't get it done and start focusing on the reason why you must make it happen. Now, those of you who procrastinate, and that is most of us at some time or another, know that you do it, and you probably beat yourself up about it. Well, let's put a stop to it then. Getting things over and done with is probably one of the best feelings yet. Because if you think about it, nothing is more important than the way you feel. When you feel disappointed in yourself for not doing the thing that you know you should be doing, or the thing that you want to get done, because there are things that you want to accomplish, then as you are beating yourself up about it, you're feeling worse and worse about yourself. And guess what? That's just not good. But when you get things done, that you can function from a creative mode, it feels so good, and it makes your day and it makes your next step so much easier. So these are my best tips, different things that I have tried successfully, and I want to share them with you. Tip number one is to know your best time of day. Now, it's important to get your natural energy cycles working for you, and the key to this step is the word natural. If you are adjusting your body with chemicals of any kind, including tea and coffee, caffeine type things, and if you're not getting enough proper sleep, then those things need to be addressed first, because it's really difficult to identify your natural cycles when you are living in an unnatural way. I find that many people are most on the ball and tuned in and have the best physical and emotional clarity in the morning. I personally have learned that if I get to bed at a decent time and get calm sleep, that my body will naturally wake up early. And I can get more done before noon than I used to get done in a whole day. Excuse me. Now, one of the tricks I've learned is that when your body wakes up, to get up, to not fall under the mistaken thought that it's too early to get up and therefore you try to roll over and get some more sleep. I've learned that when I did that, the time after I woke up for a second time was so much less productive. So be cautious of the chemicals you put into your body, get calm sleep, and get up when you wake up. Just trust me and try it. And then pay attention to the time of day when you get most accomplished, when you feel sharper, when you can get more done and get things done more easily. Use your best time of day to help you accomplish more, including those things you've been procrastinating about. So tip number two, create a list. Well, we have a little error here. There we go. Have meaningful goals and powerful reasons. I think this speaks for itself, but let's face it, having goals that ignite your passion are going to help you get those things done. When you have a purpose and a reason that will help you get ahead or accomplish something, like maybe even helping others, it's just like lighting a fire under you. And tip number three, create a list of all the projects you've put off. Face the truth of it. And keep that list around so that when you remember something else that you've been procrastinating about, you can add it to the list. And as that list builds, you can also take a good look at each task and decide if it's even important. Does it align with your goals and reasons for doing them? And if not, cross them out and take that load off your shoulders. Tip number 4, prioritize. Do some things that have a time, do some of the things on your list have a time element. Something that has to be done by a certain date, or something that has to be done before you can do the next step. Well, get those things on your calendar today or tomorrow, but get to them. Even if you can only dedicate a half an hour towards it, you will have gotten started. So tip number 5, break down overwhelming tasks. Some things you procrastinate about are just too big. So take 15 minutes today and break that into smaller steps so that you can accomplish it one step at a time. And then, for tip number 6, take those smaller steps and put them on your calendar every day. 5 small steps in 5 days, and guess what? You've got it done. So take action. An inch of movement will bring you closer to your goals than a mile of intention. And another tip, number 7, set a timer. Now, people love this little tip, and I think it's probably psychological. To get started on that thing that you have put off, just decide to devote 15 or 20 minutes to it. That's all. It feels easy. You set the timer and you dive in. And I think that you'll find that at the time when the buzzer goes off, you'll be on a roll and you'll want to do another 15, 20 minutes. So just do it. And tip number 8, aim for done more than perfect. A lot of procrastination is blamed on perfectionism. Just a moment. So I suggest that you at least be aware of that. Ask yourself if that is at play here, and keep it in mind, because you do have to get steps done. You do have to make headway so you can get to a place that is good enough so that you can move on to the next step. So if so, do that. You can always come back later after the whole project is done and put some finishing touches on something if you still want to do it at that point in the game. And tip number 9, make a game out of it. Challenge yourself. Make accomplishing your intentions fun. Make getting your to-do list down to a reasonable number of things, which leads to tip number 10, which is reward yourself. Select a prize for getting your task done, something that you really enjoy or something that you've been denying yourself. Make it worth the effort you had to put in to get this task done, and then enjoy it. Why? Because it feels good, and it gives you incentive to keep on going into the next task. Sounds like a good deal to me. Now, take the accomplishment of the things that you have been procrastinating about as a big win. Your competition is not other people. Your competition is your procrastination, your ego, the unhealthy foods you're consuming, the knowledge you're neglecting, the negative behavior you're nurturing, and your lack of creativity. Compete against that. So on to tip number 11, which is to create a fake deadline. Now, this one is a great tip unless you outsmart yourself with it. It can turn out a little like the old trick of turning your clocks or watch 5 minutes ahead to help you get to places on time. The downside of that trick is that you look at your clock and think, oh, it's okay, I've got 5 more minutes. And then you look at a clock somewhere else that has not been set ahead, that has the correct time, and you still think it's okay, I've got 5 more minutes, but you don't. So don't let this happen with this tip. What I really love about this tip is how wonderful it feels to have something done before it becomes urgent. And the last but not least tip for today, is adopt a catchphrase. Whenever I feel myself slipping towards procrastination, I say, hey, you've got this. Saying that to myself, of course, but I guess I do say it out loud sometimes too. But there's a myriad of things that you could say to yourself or adopt as your catchphrase, like, go get 'em, or you will never have this day again, so make it count. Or, let's do it. Or, hey, start somewhere. I know you will find the phrase that will give you the kick in the butt that you need. Now, I do have one more hint for you as we get towards the end here, and that is to surround yourself with inspirational quotes. Here's one from Les Brown. You must be willing to do things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that others won't have. And do you know what happens when you give a procrastinator a good idea? Nothing. And always put your fears behind you and your dreams in front of you. And always remember that everything is energy, and the energy and the vibrations you put out are magnetic. They not only have influence over your present moment, but also what gets drawn towards you. So focus on feeling happy and glad and grateful in your present moment. Check in with yourself often and align your feelings with your dreams. Bring your dreams into focus daily, and then allow yourself to feel the way it will feel when that dream comes true, because it's all energy and it's magnetic. Your beliefs don't make you a better person, but your behavior does. And you are never given a dream without also being given the power to make it true. Where there's a hill to climb, don't think that waiting will make it any smaller. And if you want to make an easy job seem mighty hard, just keep putting it off. Focus on where you want to go, not on what you fear. And people who have a loss of confidence in themselves, use distractions to procrastinate their urgent work to the future. So that does it for this 36-week installment. And I hope you gained a little insight and inspiration to help you dissolve your procrastination. Turn it from someday to now. If you'd like more inspiration, I have an ebook for you, Feel Loved, Nurtured, and Supported. Accept these 7 free gifts from Mother Nature. You can request your copy by sending an email to feellovedbook@harmonyenterprises.net. And I also have a 5-day meditation challenge that's coming up pretty soon. So if you're interested, it's free and especially designed for those who think that they can't meditate or are having trouble meditating. Because I have found, and I firmly believe and promote, that meditation can change the way you are in the world. It helps you to get rid of all those ego voices in your head telling you that you can't do this, that you aren't good enough, that you don't know how. You know, all these thoughts that flitter around in your monkey mind? Well, the type of meditation that I teach will show you how to meditate in a way that is simple and effective and prepares you to make a connection with not only our 3D world, but with the divine, where you are open to inspiration and clarity. It'll help you to feel more grounded in your life and your purpose and your place in the world. You can register for the meditation challenge by sending an email to meditationchallenge@harmonyenterprises.net. Again, it's a free event, and I'd sincerely love to be the one who opens the door to meditation for you. So thank you for sharing this time with me today as we talked about dissolving procrastination, and so that you can move forward with your plans and your dreams for 2019. Until next time, I'm Carrie Fox with Harmony Enterprises, reminding you to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. Bye for now.